Hey guys, Claire here, and in today's video, we're going to talk about all things Harry and Meghan. Invictus Games has officially started, but before we get into that, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex were seen in a video playing with kids impacted by the LA wildfires at the Santa Barbara Zoo in an outing hosted by Project Camp, an LA-based nonprofit in collaboration with the Archwell Foundation and the Santa Barbara County Department of Behavioral Science. The Archwell Foundation is quoted as saying that they were proud to partner with Project Camp as they serve families displaced by the Palisades and Eaton Canyon fires. Show up, do good. Also, remember the last video we spoke about that woman-owned small business that has increased interest in sales due to Meghan being spotted wearing one of the embroidered sweatshirts? Well, apparently she has been so overwhelmed that she has to shut down the store and take pre-orders. Telling you, in this economy and as a new mom, I'm sure she's happy for the influx of business and the potential for massive growth. Well done. Harry and Meghan are officially in Canada for the start of the games, and of course the British media, being their usual obsessive selves, flew to Canada ahead of the Duke and Duchess, attempting to find people on the street, possibly, who don't like them, because, you know, they do that all the time. But much to their chagrin, that's not what they've gotten from the people. One person is quoted as saying, "I think they'll be very warmly welcomed here." Another, "I'm from Toronto, where Meghan filmed Suits and have been a big fan of hers. She gets bad press, but I still like her." Another said, "I think that they do a very good job and do their best to help people." Someone else said, "I know that the people of Vancouver will love having them here." Someone else said, "I know that they're not in the royal family anymore, but so many people like them." I swear, before Meghan married into that family, I never really paid attention to the British royal family or the UK tabloids, but just seeing the onslaught of obsessive, misogynistic, racist abuse that's been directed at Meghan Markle and Prince Harry for daring to fall in love with, marry, procreate with, leave with, protect, and continue to love, the abuse that comes his way because he has chosen to be that sort of partner to his wife. And I genuinely dislike anything to do with the royal family at this moment. And like I said, I never cared before, but it's the hypocrisy. And I can't look at that institution, at that family, at the press, at the royal correspondence in the same way. And they have the audacity to sit on these shows and write their little articles saying, "We don't understand why Harry left. It's all Meghan's fault." Are you kidding me? Just as a spectator who started paying attention for a few years now, I absolutely hate that environment. I could not imagine growing up in that. It is beyond toxic. No wonder Harry is so focused on protecting his wife and his children. What do you mean? You don't understand. Insanity. And someone else on X was saying, "Look at all the members of the British royal family decked out in military wear. Charles, William, Andrew, Edward. And not one of these people, not the monarch in charge, decked out with valor and medals that he has not earned, has sent a congratulatory message to the actual veterans of the UK before they left to participate in the Invictus Games." Moving on. We saw Harry and Meghan at one of the opening events, and Meghan treated us to a little impromptu speech.
Someone who means a lot to me, and I know means quite a lot to all of you. You will see him throughout this week. You will see him at the games. You will see him probably curling with you, cheering you on at He'll be cheering you on at wheelchair basketball. He'll be going down that, what is that? Is it the luge? Oh my gosh, you guys, the thing that I will never do. My husband will probably do 3 times because he wants to be there with you. He is in it with you. And you'll see him through all of those moments. He'll be there with you.
The Duchess was spotted wearing that beautiful, sleek ALC midi dress. At first I thought it was a 2-piece, but no, it's just a dress. Yeah, this is not the first time that she's worn that brand, and quite frankly, I feel like it looks so much better on Meghan than on the model on the website. What do you guys think? Well, I remember reading about a British Army veteran who talked about Prince Harry defending and protecting him against bullies in the military because he is gay. And now I saw photos of him currently at the Invictus Games there on behalf of Forces News. And I follow Forces News on X. It's basically all about military and veteran news around the world. So talk about a full circle moment. I love this.
When I was serving in the army, I was openly gay. And in 2008, while we were working together, I had got myself into a bit of a situation with some soldiers from another regiment. And essentially, they didn't like the fact that I was gay, and they had a problem about it. And they were sort of chest poking me and making me feel quite uncomfortable, shall we say. I got into my tank, if you could imagine, where Prince Harry was doing something, and he could see that I was clearly affected by something, and he asked me what the problem was. I told him that there were a couple of soldiers outside who weren't very happy with the fact that I was gay. So quite offended that his gunner was being picked on by these people, Prince Harry went out and saw those soldiers and spoke to them, and the problem went away. He told them off, and they left me alone.
So you obviously had a very positive experience in relation to Prince Harry, but generally, how was he viewed by those in the Blues and Royals?
Prince Harry was well liked, and that's not something you can say about every officer that you work with. He was good, I think, is the first thing to say. He knew how to do his job. He was skilled in the different roles that he was faced with. He took the time to know his people. He wasn't afraid to get himself involved with things that were going on, whether it be a game of football or whether it was, I seem to remember one of the nights when we were in Canada, it was one of the boys' birthday, and we all went out to have a steak dinner and a lot of beer. And Prince Harry came with us and put himself in the middle of that situation. And it was natural as well. It didn't seem to be a forced thing. It wasn't uncomfortable. We weren't being careful what we said because Prince Harry was with us. He was able to just embed himself into our community because he was one of us.
Every time I hear from an actual veteran who served with Prince Harry, I have heard nothing but good news.
Happy Saturday, and has Invictus kicked off with an absolute bang? Yes, it has. She's back on the big screen. The woman that can break the internet without even trying. Didn't plan to speak, no notes. She got up there on the podium talking about how much Invictus means to her family and her children. But boy, what really knocked me off my feet, not literally, was the loving way that she spoke about Harry. Oh my goodness, the minions in Kensington Palace and Buckingham Palace must be running around like headless chickens, because this is what a public speaker does. They speak about themselves and their family from the heart, with meaning, without the need for a pre-prepared script. And it was just amazing to see her up there, bringing the Invictus family into her family and talking about those links that you forge for life and how excited everybody is to kick this thing off. She then brought Harry onto the stage, introduced him, big hug, snog. Just absolutely brilliant. And I've got to say, Harry looks to be having the time of his life, and I'm so flipping pleased for them all that they broke away from Salty Island.
Now, as the Invictus Games continue along, I don't doubt that we're going to have the usual suspects resorting to their usual tricks. But for me, I'm really not going to focus on that. I'm going to be focusing on the veterans, on the games, on their families, and on just how life-changing the Invictus Games and the Invictus Foundation has been to so many of these veterans and their families from around the world.
Every time Prince Harry and Meghan Markle step into the spotlight for something meaningful like the Invictus Games, which are starting tomorrow. And by the way, good luck to all the participants, to all the countries taking part. Suddenly, the media noise, it gets louder. The usual suspects, they churn out hit pieces, recycled scandals, out of context sources to divert attention away from what actually matters, and that is the veterans and the fact that they are taking part in these games. It's predictable, it's propaganda, and it should be ignored. It's a classic media playbook. Distract, discredit, and dominate the narrative before the real story can be told. So, the Invictus Games, they were founded by Prince Harry. Nobody else, no other royal involvement. Try as you might, Harry is the founder of the Invictus Games, and that's not going to change. This is an incredible movement of resilience. It celebrates strength and it celebrates healing for wounded veterans worldwide. But instead of focusing on that, the British media in particular will be filled with nonsense about, seating charts, fashion choices, imaginary feuds. Why can't they go away quietly? Which is the favorite. But here's the truth. This is why I love platform and social media, because it has given us the power to bypass all that propaganda and to see things for what they really are. And because we are seeing things for what they really are, that is why newspapers are laying off people. They're not making as much money because people now prefer to get their news from other sources. We don't need the tabloids or even the broadsheets to tell us what to think. We can hear it directly from the people involved. That is why I'm so happy that Meghan now has her own Instagram platform where she turns off the comments as a result of her talking about the fact that she helped a 15-year-old from Altadena get back some merch and a number of things from her favorite pop star, Billie Eilish. As a result of that, a small company, female-led, female-run, that made her sweatshirt that had embroidery on it around the neck. The embroidery was of the names of her children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. Because she was able to wear that sweatshirt in making of her video, makeup free and still looking amazing, by the way, because she made that video, that the owner of the company has had to come back early from maternity leave. She went on maternity leave last year. She's now come back a bit early because the orders she said the orders just skyrocketed. It was a dream come true. And there's now an 8-week waiting list as a result of that. So now that Meghan has her power back and she can tell us directly what she's doing and what she's up to, there's going to be a lot of noise. A lot of tabloids are going to have meltdown. Already a day before the Invictus Games, there's weeping, there's wailing, there's mourning, there's throwing up, sliding down the walls. But guess what? We do not care. Our focus is on the Invictus Games. It's on our favorites, Prince Harry and Princess Meghan. And it's focused on these brave veterans achieving incredible things in the field of sport. So, as the games begin, tune out the noise and tune in to what really, really matters. Support the athletes, celebrate the cause, and ignore the drama.
Well said. Tyler Perry has included Duchess Meghan in his list of celebrated figures alongside Beyonce, Oprah, and legendary poet Maya Angelou in the project honoring Black women. Now, of course, for those of you who live outside of the U.S., we are currently celebrating Black History Month. That's right. Meghan was featured in a heartfelt tribute which had photos of historical icons like Nina Simone. Oh my God, I love Nina Simone. As well as the former Vice President Kamala Harris. In other snaps, regular women at work or simply in their communities were also seen, as well as them being at rallies and political protests. Happy Black History Month.
Hi everyone, so I wanted to show this to you guys. So as many of you know, February is Black History Month. Not only is this month important to me as a young Black woman, but it's important to many people out there. It's a time where we can celebrate Black culture, we can celebrate why we are great. It's a time where we celebrate civil rights activists such as Martin Luther King Jr. and Rosa Parks. Well, to celebrate Black History Month this year, Meghan the Duchess of Sussex will be featured in a new Tyler Perry video called Black Woman. The video is celebrating Black women and Black History Month, and it will drop on February 21st. But as you can see here, Meghan is the first person in the video. And that's like super cool, super amazing for her. I think that's a great way to celebrate Black History Month. And Black women, we do so much and we're always overlooked, but I feel as if we are strong enough in ourselves to be brave, go out there and do what we need to do. So make sure you guys tune in February 21st for Tyler Perry's new video. And congratulations to the Duchess again for making it in. You inspire so many people.
2 questions for you today. The first is, how can the Daily Mail be so wrong when it comes to describing these two? They literally do not have a clue about what's happening in Meghan and Harry's life and how much they're loved all over the world. The second question is, how much are these two still in love after everything they've been through, being around the non-working, scrounging, charity-stealing, British toxic royal family? These two just personify everything that I believe in my heart that is brilliant and great and special about a marriage. And the way that Meghan spoke about Harry, it was literally absolutely mind-blowing. And Harry's own speech opening the Invictus Games, you can see right into his heart, and you can see that he is absolutely 100% a little chunk of Diana. Same mannerisms, same beliefs, same beautiful heart, same appetite and enthusiasm for life, same respect and appreciation for other people. What a brilliant start. Cannot wait to see Hazza going down the luge at about 10 million miles an hour.